Finally, the day has come where we get to assemble the Evo back together and maybe start it today. I am not sure, but let me show you guys what we need to put back together and finally get this Evo running and back on the road. Engine currently sits, as you guys know, the ones that've been watching all the engine restoration episodes, this is everything we need to put back together, which is not a lot, but we also have to put the radiator back in, and we have to put new coolant, change the hose, and we need to do the valve cover gasket, exhaust manifold, make sure we get oil to the turbo, and we got new hardware for the whole entire engine. Stainless steel for now. I might go titanium later on, but for now, stainless steel will do. And then we might be able to turn on the car for the first time in a while. I think it's been a good amount, maybe like a month or two. I had surgery on my knee, so I had to stop working on the car for a while. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna start with the valve cover because we do have to put silicone, and I know that has to dry out for 24 hours. So let's start with the valve cover. I'm not gonna record everything in detail on how to for the valve cover because I already have a video. I'll put it up here on the screen if you guys are interested on how to install a valve cover gasket and everything with detail. But for now, just enjoy the time lapse and let's put this baby back together and start the Evo up. So the valve cover is in, just how I explained in my how to install valve cover gasket video. I have to wait an hour, so just hand tighten the bolts in a zigzag pattern going from middle out for both sides. And now I did buy new hardware for the whole valve cover, so everything's gonna be stainless steel now. And I bought a brand new oil cap and a brand new spark plug cover, which is gonna look way better. This is all the new hardware we have. So like I said, brand new oil cap. I don't know, OCD really, to be honest. Brand new spark plug cover, and we just got the manifold coated. So let's wait that 1 hour and then we'll start installing all of this at the same time. And just a little side note for the video, for anybody that buys titanium hardware and it's 12-point nuts, when it's a 12-point nut, in this case with this SDM manifold, it's really hard, it's impossible for you to fit in a closed-end wrench in there, because then you're gonna hit the manifold and it just doesn't fit. It's super tight. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, obviously with the OEM nuts, you could just go with the open end, put it like that and tie in it. What I'm gonna end up doing, I bought this from Harbor Freight, the cheapest wrench that I could get. And I'm gonna cut some tabs. So I'm basically gonna make a closed-end 12-point wrench into an open end. So I'm gonna cut it here with a saw, cut it here, and just use it as an open end and start tying them. You found on this restoration on this engine, I'm installing everything back together, and I did buy a new exhaust gasket for the exhaust. And by removing it, you can see, first of all, look at how crappy this is, and it was cracked as well. So again, I'm not sure if it was leaking or not. This has probably been there since whoever put this exhaust in. So yeah, easy $5 fix, thanks to Vibrant Performance. And now we're gonna put in a new gasket, so we should be good to go there. So I feel like we've been stopping a lot of leaks and a lot of things that we didn't mean to change or fix, and we just kind of ran into them. Same thing with the O2 housing, fixed that leak. Now we're gonna fix this, and the car should be running even better than before now that we're not gonna have these exhaust leaks. This is where we currently sit right now. So exhaust manifolds torqued down, everything with the turbo, all the coolant lines and everything is torqued down or tied in with the coolant hoses. All the banjo bolts, just recheck them, check the top banjo bolt as well. I'm just checking over every single bolt that I can. Already checked over the valve cover. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting this cover just to retain heat to the radiator, which is over there. We're gonna be installing this, and we also switched the hardware. We're gonna be switching the hardware for a lot of things. For this one, I just went to a local bolt dealer, and as you can see, like, they sell literally anything you can imagine, and look at the difference. Like, for me, these little things are the ones that make me really, really happy. I don't know about you guys, but just replacing things like this, like, you're not even gonna probably be able to see this because this is gonna go right here. Maybe you will if you actually like lean over the engine bay, because now the radiator is gonna be right here. But these are the things that like really set something apart, and it's just the attention to details. So we're gonna be switching all of these to stainless, and we're gonna be putting this heat shield. Once we put that heat shield, we should move into getting the radiator, which is set over there, into the car, and maybe do fluids today. So let's see. I'll just keep time-lapsing and recording things as I do them, and then maybe see if we can start it tonight. Now, the one last thing that we're gonna do before we start the car up, well, the last thing is gonna be oil and radiator fluid. But the last thing that I am gonna do is I'm gonna replace almost all of the engine bay bolts. So all the fender bolts, these bolts right here, these, like basically almost every single engine bolt that you could see. The ACD reservoir. I just went ahead and got some stainless steel bolts for now local, but I do want to get some titanium bolts later on. It's just not in the budget right now. But let me go ahead and switch all the bolts in the engine bay. That should help the engine bay look way better. As you can see, this is how it looks right now. You can see that they're all kind of rusty. I mean, look at this. Like, it's just not good. Like, you can see all these shiny new bolts and everything, and then all of this looks crappy. So we're gonna go ahead and switch all of this out, and you guys could enjoy another time lapse. Let me Look at how awesome the difference is. Again, it's like little details like this that really make me happy, at least for my build. Again, I'm building this for me, not for anybody else, but it's just like the difference of new bolts looks so much better. You can see instead of like those rusty peeling bolts, everything was changed. All the fender bolts all the way to the top. You can see that these were changed. Radiator bracket, ACD receiver, fender as well, headlights. I still have a lot left, so I'm gonna start just probably taking bolts out and switching them. But for now, let's fill the engine with some oil, some radiator fluid, and let's finally start this car. Everything is on the car. Everything we had to check, I already checked underneath the turbo. I wanted to check all the oil lines and the coolant lines before turning on the car just to make sure that I didn't see any leaks. Everything is good so far. So now we get to turn on the car. But before we turn on the car, we do need to get some oil to the turbo. So we're gonna remove this crank sensor, cable sensor from the car so we could crank it up at least 3 times. After we crank it 3 times and we have enough oil at least to the turbo, we're gonna go ahead and connect this plug and actually start the car. So let's hope everything goes well. So I went ahead and connected it to a good battery. Shout out to Vinny if this does work. I thought I had to bring the car. I've always jumped the car, like connecting the jumper cables to a working car, starting up the car that has the good battery and jumping in the car, but apparently I don't have to. So if this works, shout out to you, Vinny. Thanks for the help, bro. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and see if the car will start now or crank up, because I just want to prime the turbo itself. Let's see. Yep, so it cranked right up. So that's awesome. I always thought I had to start the car up, so I cranked it up for 3 seconds. Let me go ahead and crank it for another like 5 seconds maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So that should be good. Let me go ahead and connect the crank sensor, and then we're gonna start up the car. So simple as this. If you ever want to fuck with one of your friends, unplug this. They'll have some fun searching what the cost may be. Don't do that, please. So, crank sensor is plugged. Crank position sensor. Let's go ahead and start it up. Hopefully everything's good. Here we go. One more time. There we go. It's alive. Let me disconnect this shit. So the car works. Let me make sure that there's no leak, and then I'll come back with the video and make sure that everything's good. It smells like straight E85 in here. So give me 1 second. It's all good. I don't know if you guys can hear me because the car's super loud right now. I just checked over everything. If you guys are gonna remove your turbo, make sure that you check all your banjo bolts. Make sure you check all the lines that you disconnected, and just make sure that there are no leaks. So far, there are no leaks. So now it's just time for this funnel to do its work and just bleed out the system. You basically just let it run for a couple of minutes, and you're gonna start, when the thermostat opens, you're gonna start seeing the air come out from the system. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let it run for 10 minutes, shut it off, just because I want to make sure, run over everything and make sure that everything is good. As you can see, so far, so good. So I'll update you guys in a little bit, and hopefully we get to drive this car tonight. Dude, so I just lowered the car on all four and I forgot how low. It's not even low, like this is not even a stance car, and I feel like it just dropped to the ground. So now it's so low, it was so high before. So basically we already have everything. Let's put on the bumper and then let's take it out. Finally, the moment has come. Let's take the Evo for a drive. Tell me how I take the Evo out, and this is the first stop, straight to the gas station. So happy, so happy, so happy, so happy. So far so good, no leaks, everything's running super smooth. PSI is where it needs to be, air fuel ratio is where it needs to be. Just ran the car for 30 full minutes and had 0 single issues. Just checked over the engine, no leaks whatsoever. That's the best thing that could ever happen when you're working on a car and you finish something and then you go out and something bad happens. That's the worst. But today we are good, no issues whatsoever. So happy with this, man. So happy. It's a freaking Evo, like my dream car. So honestly, anything I do to this car is gonna be amazing to me. As you can see, the manifold is starting to like dry up, because at the beginning it always looks glossy. After you heat it up for a little bit, it starts getting the true color that, you know, it should have. So that's looking good, no leaks whatsoever. As you can see here with the turbo, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see everything. Super dry, super clean, no coolant leaks whatsoever. What I like about the coolant, the one thing that I was mentioning is, like when I was bleeding the radiator, I spilled a little bit there. You see how it gets blue? That's how you know that there's leaks, and right now there's no leaks, no blue trace marks at all. So now I'm gonna let it cool, gonna race it back up tomorrow and check everything over again just to make sure, and then that's it, we're good to go. So next up shouldn't be next week, because I'm gonna go to a couple of car shows this coming weekend or week. If anybody's in Cars and Coffee West Palm Beach, I'm gonna be there, and also maybe SoCal Tuner Evo in California, and also Import Alliance in Georgia. So yeah, busy schedule coming up. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video right there. I hope everybody enjoys these kind of resto mod series that I'm doing on the engine. We still have the wire tuck. I haven't forgotten about that. That's gonna happen. But in the next couple of weekends, like I said, I have a couple of car shows that I will be attending, depending what happens with the virus that's going on. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I am gonna keep posting every single Saturday. I'm not gonna miss one. And if I can, I'm gonna try to do double uploads soon, once my schedule is kind of fixed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and like always, keep grinding.